Hey sis, I hope you're having an amazing Friday. I just want us to lean in for a moment so that we can deep dive into one of the most critical single steps that every dream, every aspiration, every single magnificent purpose that God has placed in you and in your heart. This one simple thing is so important. And so I want to dive into it. So we've been doing this study called Dream It, Pin It, Live It. Terry Seville Floyd made a big difference in my life, made a big difference in me really seeing my dreams come true. And I think the only place we can go to really know how to make our dreams come true is God's word because he is the master planner himself and he gave us a blueprint for it. So in Matthew 12:34, it says, "For out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks." So we can have the biggest dream. We can have a beautiful vision board. We can have our goals written and all of that. But if we're not using our mouth in the right way, it's not going to happen for us. Um, and like this just isn't a suggestion. It really is God encouraging us how to clearly reach our dreams. We have to not just write it down, make the vision plain, like Habakkuk 2:2-3. It says, "Then the Lord replied, write down the revelation, make it plain on the tablets, for the revelation awaits at an appointed time. It speaks of the end, and it will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come. It will not be delayed." That's what God's word says. Like, we have to write it down. But there's another part that we have to do, and that is we have to watch what we're saying with our mouths. Okay. So Joel Osteen has this quote, and it says, "If you change what you're saying, you'll change what you're seeing." And in this book, it gives examples of how different people had prophesied their death because of the words they were saying. So, one of them, let me just read an example. It says, "One of the 50 greatest NBA players of all time, Pistol Pete Markovich, hopefully that's how he says his name, had been playing in the league for 4 years. And at the age of 26 years old, in an interview, he said, 'I don't want to play in the NBA for 10 years.' And then died of a heart attack at the age of 40. And Pete completed exactly 10 years in the NBA. And 8 years later, he was playing a pickup game at basketball and he suddenly collapsed and died of a heart attack at the young age of 40. Like, what? And here's another one that we probably all know about. It's rapper Tupac Shakur. And just 2 months before he was murdered in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas, he spoke in a song in 1996. And in an interview, he was asked, "Where do you see your life in the over the next few years?" And his response was, "The best case in a cemetery." What? We got to watch what we're saying, okay? Your dreams will be delayed because of what you're saying. James 3-4 tells us that just like a rudder controls the direction of a ship, the same way our tongue controls the direction of our life. So God is pointing out to us plainly and clear for us that our words dictate our lives. And I know there's so many people who say, it doesn't really make a difference what you say. It does. That's what God's word. He is not a liar. He would not tell us something that's not true. Also, what we're speaking shows what we have faith in. Hebrews 11:1 says, "Now faith is the confidence of what we hope for and the assurance of what we do not see." Faith is not just a Sunday word, it is a Monday through Saturday lifestyle. It's believing in the unseen. It's knowing deep in your gut that what you're hoping for has already been done in the spiritual realm, even if you don't see it yet. And so that's why you can have audacious faith and you can speak to your dream because you have faith and you see it. So, one of the things we have to work on is watching what we say. So, let's talk about a couple of ways to do that. Number one, and this book talks about it, is declare God's promises over your life. Begin to speak God's word over your life. So, for example, I will be strong and I will not give up, for my work will be rewarded. God has given me the desires of my heart and making my plans succeed. Psalms 24. I delight myself in the Lord and he gives me the desires of my heart. Psalms 37:4. So we have to start speaking God's promises because God's word has power, right? So what is it you need to speak over your life today? Another one in here is God gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. So instead of me saying, I'm so tired, I'm so all this, like, no, God gives me power and he gives me strength and I'm walking in that strength. The second thing is declare your unique and individual desires. So we have to eliminate the negative words that are trapping us and replace them with positive declarations over who we want to be. So, for example, I am disciplined, I am proactive, I am highly focused, I am confident, I am in the best physical shape of my life, I am highly organized, I am successful, I am a best selling author, I am confident to speak on television. I am confident to speak in front of live audiences. I am full of joy. I am highly favored. I attract God inspired ideas and produce millions of dollars. So we have to begin to speak what it is that and declare over our lives what that desire that's connected to the dream that God has given us. And then the third thing is declare your dreams. Some dreams will never manifest in your life until you speak them out loud. There are dreams that God has given us that we are scared to speak out loud because we're scared to think about what would someone else say about it. We have to speak them before they will happen. It's just like with our kids, right? I mean, Hope, oh my goodness, her birthday is coming up next week. So she's been sending us things about water parks and all of this. She's been telling people she's having a birthday party at the water park. Okay. So as a mom, what do I look like being like now? Like, oh, I no, you can't. I don't know. Pray for me, y'all. But I'm like, she believes it and she is speaking it and declare her dreams. And in the same way, God has given us dreams in our heart that we are afraid to tell people. We have to begin to speak them out loud. Okay. Do you want to see where your life is headed? I want you to listen to and write down the words you say over your life today. What is it that you're saying over your life? It will shock you. Let me tell you a real life story. Sarah Blakely, who founded Spanx, she started with this radical idea for shapewear. And she just had $5,000 in her savings. She didn't have a background in fashion. She didn't know how to manufacture. She faced rejection after rejection from factories that laughed at her idea, but she believed in her vision and she spoke it and she shared it with people. And had she not shared it, we would not have Spanx today. We would not have shapewear because, yes, it sounded crazy to like these pantyhose that had a top and keep you all tight in. Okay. But her father had taught her that failure is not the outcome. Failure is not trying. Like you have to keep trying and you have to be able to speak it and share it with others because as you begin to speak it and believe in it, God will give you the right connections for it to come forth. All right. So this week's action steps are Make a list of positive declarations to speak over yourself daily. Structure your declarations in the present tense. State what's happening for you as though it is already yours, and state your dream in a positive way. So instead of saying I'm losing weight, instead of saying I'm not in debt, you can say I am financially free, or I am fit. I am the perfect weight. I weigh 145 pounds. Like whatever that is, you need to state it in a positive way and then speak it out consistently. One of the things I do is I have an alarm on my phone where it's like, say these declarations. It's just a reminder for me so that I'm speaking it over my life and I'm building that habit. Okay. I want to end with Mark 11:23-24. It says, truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, go throw yourself into the sea, and does not doubt in their heart, but believes what they say will happen, it will be done for them. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. That's our responsibility. God's responsibility is to give us a dream. God's responsibility is He orchestrates the things around us. Our responsibility is to write it down and speak His word over it. Okay? There is power in your mouth. And sis, we right now are using our mouth to harm our lives. And I want to encourage you to use your mouth to speak God's promises and God's blessings over your life. Your vision is too precious, too divinely ordained to let it fade. You were born for this, sis. You have everything that you need, not just for the vision, but to keep it, to nurture it, and to live it. Now go forth, sis. Make that vision your reality. You are powerful, you are purpose driven, and you are unstoppable. Go get it, sis.